Hello, and welcome to Color Commentary. I'm TJ, and I'll be talking about Spider-Man No Way Home. And let there be spoilers! Okay, I'm gonna just let you know off the bat right now, I'm finna be all over the place with this. I'm not going in no particular order because there's a lot. It's a lot to take in. Okay, but we do start off where the last movie left off, with Far From Home, and he getting exposed, and it started from there, and then the chase and everything else that you've seen in trailers and released, in the first few minutes of the clip that they released last week. But the whole trip was hilarious. It was funny, and then to have them deal with the police coming to get him, the whole thing with getting arrested and trying to explain himself and it not making any sense, and then Ned being a total terrible friend because he's no good at interrogations. Throughout this entire movie, Ned was not a great friend. I don't know if they wrote him that way on purpose or they thought it was adorable or something, but yeah, Ned, I really didn't care for Ned. And I hope they don't plan on giving him use of magic from here on out like he did with the sling ring and everything. But no, and no. Don't agree with that one. Okay, now that I got Ned out the way, MJ was fabulous. They wrote her lines so good. It was wonderful to learn that one of her last names is actually Watson. So they kept that true. I was like that. I was like, oh, MJ, yeah, all right. And their relationship is just too adorable in this movie. I love it. But they had to go and kill Aunt May, like for real. Aunt May? And then gave her the famous responsibility line. And I'm like, what? Okay, come on now. Did he really have to lose his auntie for him to finally gain a spine, and grow up? Like, nah, I didn't think that was a great idea. They already had never mentioned an uncle being in the first place, so I never really understood or know if she was married or not ever, and maybe had been divorced or had already lost her husband, and they never really went into that. But here we are with her dying, and the whole thing. I didn't see it coming. I really didn't. I thought she was getting away, going down the stairs with the stuff. Even when they broke down through the floor to the first floor. In the fight with Goblin and Spidey, I was like, okay, well, she could still, get away. And then when the glider came through the wall and knocked her ass off to the side, I'm like, okay, concussion. They're not finna kill Aunt May. But they did. Oh, yeah, she did. Okay, so there's that. The reasoning behind why this spell took place in the first place. I totally agree with Dr. Strange on this one. Dude, you didn't even call the schools to find out, talk to somebody before you had me try to magic the entire planet, for real? For real. This was definitely a Spider-Man is your fault situation. I was like, this is dumb, but that was what was needed to make the whole multiversal thing happen, so we got it. Other than that, the whole multiversal thing in itself was fabulous. I loved when Doc Ock appeared on that highway when he was trying to get them back in the MIT. Yeah, that was awesome. And how he he Bluetoothed the motherfucking nanites. That was hilarious. I loved it. Yeah, I was like, oh well, yeah. New technology, sir. You're not back in the 90s anymore. Ha ha ha! Oh, I loved it. It was fabulous. Then for Gabi to come out of nowhere, it was like, oh, what the hell? What's going on? Then him to have an attitude about stuff, and then that was the reason why he broke his helmet in the alley. I'm like, oh, okay, so now that's why he helmetless for the rest of the movie and got a hood on with the little purple attire like from the comics. I'm like, okay, that was slick. I see what you did there, Kevin. I see what you did. Okay. The sinister villains in themselves, I did enjoy. I like their witty banter back and forth between each other. I like them talking about their respective universes and what happened and which ones knew each other and if they had attitude with one another or not. It was hilarious. I like that. And the fight that broke out, because I knew Gabi wasn't going to take that serum. No way. Yeah, cure the rest of them a-holes. I don't give a damn. I like being the crazy me. He got a whole nother personality. That ain't like it's something like they did. Fell in something and became something else, but they still themselves. No, he became a whole nother personality. as Green Goblin. So that personality was gonna be like, hell no, you ain't injecting me, baby. Woo! Fight ensues. The fight with Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, that was just fucking hilarious. That was hilarious. Oh, and then for him the best, Steven, I'm like, whoo, well, I'm pretty sure he was pretty pissed about that. Like, this goddamn kid then jacked me up. How dare he? But yeah, once he got out and then he realized what was going on, and he like, okay, we got to collect these people and do something about it. But that was actually before that, when he told them what they was going to do with the people they collected. That's when they had their little personal fight. But before that, when they was going to collect everybody, it was hilarious. They had a lot of old witty banter going on. Again, Ned, waste of time. I don't like him. I got a few theories about what's going on. Like when he had to promise Flash that he would tell everybody that he was his best friend. Even though at the end of it all, everybody still don't know that Peter is Spider-Man. Because of that Venom mid-credit scene, I'm going to say, because Sony has Venom going on already, they're going to try to, Marvel, because they love their heroes and their anti-heroes, they're going to try to probably do Agent Venom. They're probably going to give it to Flash somehow, and he's going to become Agent Venom. I think that's where they might go with that. That's my theory. I'm throwing it out there now. We'll see in about 3 or 4 years when the next Spider-Man movie comes along. So they're going to have to pay that off. As well as that total trailer of a after credit scene where where it was for Multiverse of Madness, and that looks insane. That movie looks freaking insane. I can't wait to see America Chavez punch holes in dimensions. I'm like, bam! Oh, it looked good. It looks good. Oh, I love it. Can't wait to see live action Peggy Carter and Captain America from What If. That's gonna be awesome. They showed you Doctor Strange in that mug. I'm like, oh my god! And woo! If the fight in Multiverse of Madness is between Doctor Strange and our Doctor Strange is anything close to what they did in What If, I will be very happy. Very happy, dude. Oh my god, I can't wait. But back to Spider-Man. Here's something for you. All of the Spideys. Oh yes, I love how they brought them in with him trying to use the sling ring to get to Peter because they didn't know where he was. And then it's the Amazing Spider-Man. Oh, wow. I love it. I know people have their favorite Spider-Mans. Tobey will always be my favorite because that was my first Spider-Man. So, but I enjoyed the Amazing Spider-Man movies. Each Spider-Man have something different that they bring to it, and I love it. Even Tom Holland. I love it. And then once they finally got Tobey there, and for him not to be in his suit right away, he had it on, but with the clothes on top of it, I'm like, that kind of makes sense. He's older. He's going to wear his suit. It's very out the comics type of deal, him minding his own business or doing something else and then have to come out of his clothes and web him up somewhere because he got to go take care of something that he didn't know was going to happen. But the Spidey senses went off and now you got to jump into action. Very comic booky. I like that. I felt like, his attitude about things, I like Tobey. And they look so good. Both of them. The Amazing Spider-Man. Tom Holland Spider-Man. Peter's 1, 2, and 3. Oh man, they look good. Swinging together, fighting together. Oh, it was awesome. That was a good fight. The emotion that Amazing Spider-Man brought to saving MJ, because he lost his and lost Gwen. He didn't catch her. She snapped the neck. And she was dead. Woo! This was good. You could tell he was like, I could not have let that happen again. I just couldn't do it. And he broke it on down. He broke it down, started crying. She's like, are you okay? Yeah. Yes. Zendaya, fabulous actress. I love her. She's great. I love her. I love her in Dune, too. Go see that. Okay. Yeah, all the Spider-Mans together. That was great. I could not believe how great it just looked so good. They all looked so good in their suits. They all had their way of fighting and zipping and webbing and doing. And then the final fight with Gabi and Tom Holland's Peter, and then Tobey had to jump in there and stop him from killing him because he was gonna kill him. Whew, then him getting stabbed, and I've been stabbed before. I was like, wow, okay. This has all been just insanely crazy. I love it. It was a great movie. It was, I think, a much better step up from even Shang-Chi. Yeah, I like this better than Shang-Chi, and definitely was better than Black Widow. Black Widow was very phase two. You can see those reviews in my list if you like, but yeah. And I like that after all is said and done, because everybody went back, the spell went through, now Spider-Man is on his own. He gonna have to do everything on his own the way we like our Spider-Man. Yes, because then he can make his own shit. He can start his fucking company. He can do all the shit that he does on his own like he does in the comics. Because he's Spider-Man. He's Peter freaking Parker. And then, also, I had another idea. That'd be a good way to make him reintroduce himself to somebody new, who, of course, nobody knows who he is, with the Fantastic Four when they come. Ah, yes, I love it. That's the theory. I'm sticking with it. I said it here first. Okay, so yeah, that's my review of Spider-Man No Way Home. I love seeing all of the villains. I love seeing all of the Peters. I loved the multiversal fights. I loved Doctor Strange being in it. He wasn't in it too much. I loved the relationships between him and his friends and Aunt May. I hate that Aunt May died. I hate that Ned was such a dick. I loved seeing Daredevil, who was his lawyer. Now we got Daredevils in the MCU, okay? We already got, on Hawkeye, we got a picture of Kingpin. We know that's Vincent D'Onofrio. And now we got our Daredevil. It's happening. It's coming. I can't wait. Okay. Enough excitement, people. Go see Spider-Man No Way Home. It's a great movie. Out of 10, I was still only, because of some of the slowness in the middle, I did feel kind of like, wait, like, we're taking too long with this whole school exploration thing. And them whole setting that up for him to have to go to do the spell that he didn't need to do if he had to just went and called on a damn phone in the first place. Yeah. Could have did without that, but I see what you did there. So with that, I'd give it an 8. If not, I would have gave it a 9. Some of the special effects was kind of off, in particular on Sandman and, of course, the Lizard, so that would have kept it from being a 10. So, yeah, overall, I'm giving it an 8. An 8, an 8, an 8. See you guys later. Have a great day.